guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kimmie. This is my attic and welcome to the first palette review of 2022 here on my channel. And very appropriately, it is the Dollhouse by Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Now, every once in a while, a palette comes along that speaks to you and you really feel like you want it. Maybe you love the color story, maybe you love the packaging. And then every once in a while, a palette comes along and you swear they just made it with you in mind. And I'm telling you, that is how I feel about this palette. There's a lot of good things going on here. Anyway, Blend Bunny Cosmetics, I have never ever bought anything from them. I have heard of them, but I had never purchased anything. But when this palette came out, I'm telling you, I had to have it. Packaging, really beautiful. The Dollhouse is written in pink glitter. I don't know if you can see that, but it is, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. We like glitter up here in the attic. Okay, so I did do a little bit of research, and so Blended Bunny Cosmetics. I keep Blend Bunny Cosmetics. At first I was calling it the Blended Bunny. There's something wrong about that. Anyway, Blend Bunny Cosmetics. Okay, here's the reason. I was reading a little bit about the company, and the founder, she's a makeup artist and an influencer, and she was talking about how she wanted to make like eyeshadow that really blended, because like a lot of the eyeshadow palette, if I got this right, if I read this right, a lot of the eyeshadow palettes, they weren't really made for real makeup artists because they weren't like blending. They didn't blend that well. So she wanted to make palettes where the colors just really blended together. So that's why she started her company. So you're really meant, I'm guessing, to blend these shadows out together. And then she also talked about how she wanted palettes that were not just for makeup artists, but beginners, hobbyists, enthusiasts. I fall into those categories. Definitely not makeup artist or pro, but I definitely fall into the beginner, hobbyist. So she's basically made this palette goes from artists to beginners to artists, and everyone in between. So this palette is for everyone, and it's the Dollhouse, okay? Now, if you watched my 31 Days in the Attic series, you know I got a thing for dolls, okay? I love dolls. We're up here in the attic. I mean, come on. This palette, we have to try this palette. Now, do you guys remember Molly and Megan? Again, if you watched my 31 Days in the Attic, you know that Molly over here, she's actually over 100 years old. I purchased her in a thrift shop years ago, and when I bought her, they told me that she was from the 1800s. And then we have Megan. Megan I got in an estate sale. They don't have it anymore. They used to have this really amazing estate sale. I live on Long Island. It was all the way out there, and they would sell things at a very reasonable price from estate sales, and then they donated all the money. I don't remember the foundation, but they donated all the money to everything that you bought. So it was a really great cause. They don't have it anymore. But yes, that's where I got my two ladies here. You saw them playing with this earlier. Yes, I got problems. Let's take a look inside. Okay guys, so when we open it up, you see you have a really, really nice mirror. And then here is the color story. Now, I have to show you guys something that I realized. Do you see the color story? You see if you go down, like, all right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing with this palette. I noticed this, and I think this is kind of why it's like marketed as from beginners to anybody. If you're a makeup artist, or if you're a pro, or if you're just really, really good at makeup, then you can go into this palette and you can just like basically pick any shades you want, and you can make it work, and you can do like really nice things with it. But if you're a beginner like me, I don't know where you guys are. I'm sure some of you are beginners. I'm sure some of you are really, really good with makeup, and some of you are in between. That's a pretty good guess, right? That some of you are really good, some of you are not too good, and some of you are in between. I definitely fall on the beginner, not too good level. I'm getting better, but I haven't been into makeup that long. So if you notice this palette, if you start, I'm holding it upside down because I don't want to blind you with the mirror, but you can obviously see the way she put it. And what I mean by that is like this row, you have like all the shades that you can blend together. Like there's green, brown, kind of this like olive mustardy tone, and then you go to the next row and you have like pinks, then you have like two neutral rows, but this row is a little bit warmer, this row is very, very cool toned, And each row has like 2 shimmers and 3 mattes. Okay? So this is a very, very, like, you know, you get a palette sometimes and it might be really nice. It might be really pretty. But you know it was just kind of thrown together without any thought whatsoever. I was going to say a brand's name. I'm not going to say it. I pick on this brand on the brand I was going to say too much. But you know what I'm talking about. You get a palette and there's no thought into it. It's just a bunch of colors. Even sometimes you can have a color story and it's still really no thought, that much thought into it. This, you can tell a lot of thought went into this, okay? So even over here you have like this purple and mauve and like lighter, like this one's more berries, this one's more purple mauve, and then there's like a blue. And this is really, really cool for people like me because usually when I see a blue, I have no idea what I'm supposed to do with it, unless it's like a all blue palette. But in this case, they kind of put it here, you know, like this row. Now, I'm not talking to everybody because some people are very, very good. I want to drive that point home. Some people can just make things blend together and make perfect looks and they hit it every time and they want to be creative. But we're not all like that. So I appreciate this because like I know I should put this blue in this row and that's what's going to like kind of go together. And then the last row, you have a very, very warm neutral row. So do you guys see what I mean? I think that is so cool. I think it's really cool that they did that. I mean, someone like me really appreciates that. And then if you're not, if you're someone that can do work wonders, then it really doesn't matter. You don't have to look at it like that. When I first saw this palette, I was kind of looking at it like this. Like I was like, oh, well, the top is very, like lighter tones and then there's like darker tones. But when you get it, you can see exactly what they were doing. It's vertical. It's vertical. It's supposed to, the colors kind of go like that. And the names, oh my goodness. The shade names, I have to tell you. Mannequin, Glass Eyes, Lace, Pretend, Tully. Is that how you say it? That's like that dress material. Like skirt material. Pin curls. Porcelain, Baby Doll, Pose, Display, Holds Me, Undress, Plastic, No Strings, Attic. There is a shade called Attic. Did I tell you? I feel like I like love this palette. I will be like, I will throw myself on the floor if this doesn't work for me. No, I'm kidding. I won't do that. But I'm really hoping this works for me. This is a first impression. I usually don't do eyeshadow first impressions because of my allergy and I usually don't have the best of luck when I do, but we're going to try it because I've been so behind in life basically that I just didn't have time to try it. So we're trying it now. So yes, there's this shade called Attic. Vintage, Rouge, Figure, Madam, Plume. Plume I think is feathers. It's like feathers, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Silhouette, Stitched, Cinched, Fasten, Marionette, Imaginary, Harlequin. Harlequin's like a clown doll, like a gesture. And they usually have like those porcelain faces. You've seen them. Dress Up, Little Sister, Chantilly. Oh my God, how cute. So let's go ahead. Oh, by the way, this palette retails for $45. So I'm going to do a swatch. We'll swatch it out. And then I'm going to do my usual 2 looks. I'll do one on each eye. And I don't know which one I'm going to do. I think I'm going to go down these 2 rows. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go down these 2 rows. I'm going to go down this purple row, and I'm going to go down like this kind of neutral row with the pink, and we'll see if we can really blend them out. Now, if someone like me can blend them out, you can blend them out, okay? Trust me. And I might post a couple looks with the other colors, like maybe the berry and the green and this more warmer row. I might do that on Instagram this week. I am trying to get more active on Instagram. I actually have a story. I'm not going to tell it today because it really, you know, I'll do like a get ready with me and I'll tell it. But I had an experience. I'm very, very new. I'm new to everything, okay? And I am very, very new to Instagram. But I am trying. One of my New Year's resolutions is to try to be more active on Instagram. I do actually like the platform. I like YouTube better because I like to talk. But I do understand like the whole what's cool about Instagram. It's really short and pictures and reels. I do like that. So I do like the platform. It's just a matter of me getting used to it. But I had an experience the other day. Like I said, I'm not used to Instagram. I don't think it's a unique experience. If you guys are very active on Instagram, probably this has happened to everyone. But it was an experience with an MLM. And I was a little taken back. So I'm going to tell that story. I wasn't really taken back. It was just, I don't know. it was something. But I'm going to tell that story at a later date, so something to look forward to. Okay, guys, let's go ahead. Let's swatch this out, and we'll do a try on, and then final thoughts. Okay, guys, so this is the first 10 shades swatched out going vertically. So, like, this is the first, like, vertical row from here to here. So, like I said, that's, like, your warm tone shades. And then you have, like, this blue to here. This is kind of like purple, mauve-y tones. This is one of the looks I'm going to do using these 5 shades. Really, really pretty. Swatched out really nice. This one didn't swatch out great, but these colors, these mattes, these purple mattes, guys, they are a problem every single time around. They're very, very difficult to formulate, but let's see how it goes in the eye, because that's what really counts. Okay, so here's the next 10 shades, the next 2 vertical rows. These are like very, very neutral shades. So from here to here, you kind of have like very gray tones, like gray neutrals. This one looks really pretty. This is lace. I think this would give you such like a nice like wet look. And then from here to here, these are like the more on the pink side of neutrals, like a little bit warmer. I don't know if these 2 shades look really, really similar, but this one is definitely gray and this one is like very dark brown. I don't know on camera how that's going to come over. This shimmer, this is like the last shimmer of this row. This kind of has like a green tone, like in real life. It almost looks like a very dark green undertone. And this one definitely has more of like a mauve-y, purpley undertone. So I'm also going to be playing with these shades. Oh my god. Okay, so I just changed my mind. I'm sorry. I was going to do like the neutral and like the purpley one, but I have to do these berries. I have to try these. Look at this shimmer. Are you seeing? I don't know how well it's coming across on camera, but it is so beautiful in real life. So these are like the berry tones, and then these are like your olive green tones, I guess, but they're so pretty. Look at this green. It's so pretty. This is such a beautiful palette. Okay, so I'm going to try to do a look with like these berry ones, and then I'm going to also try like that purple row. And then in Instagram, maybe I'll try some of the neutral colors. Okay. I'm a little nervous. Let's go for it. guys, so before I give you my final thoughts, I will tell you what I have on the rest of my face. For base makeup, I have Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation and a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand. Not this concealer, just the Glow Wand. I can't wear the concealer. It sinks into every line I have, and some I didn't know I had until I put it on. And then I have a little bit of the Brighten Up Essence Powder, but just a tiny, tiny bit. Usually I don't wear powder, but I do like this powder, but just, like I said, really small amount. I have on my Katja Bento Box and Buttercup. I love this. It's just so easy. The blush, actually, my favorite thing about this bento box, I have to say, is the cream bronzer. I absolutely love it. It reminds me of that one I have by Mimi. I don't know. I showed it to you guys once. I can't remember the name. Mimi or something like that. It's like a stick bronzer. The cream bronzer, it reminds me a lot of that. And I love this bronzer. Highlighter and the blush are very, very good too. Not my favorite highlighter, not my favorite blush, but I absolutely love the bronzer. And if you like travel or you just want like something to like throw in your bag, I think that these bento boxes are really, really lovely. On the eyebrow, I have my Eye Method Beauty Gel. I got this on Amazon. Actually, they sent it to me. They're a company on Amazon. They sent it to me. And I have to tell you, I love it. I'm not someone who does a lot with my eyebrows, so I can just boom, boom. That's it. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this. Really, really pretty. What else? Oh, please tell me that I got a bad tube. This is my favorite mascara in the world, the Lash Princess by Essence, but it has been clumping up like crazy. Please tell me they didn't change the formula and it's just me and I got a bad tube. I'm going with that. That is something, look, I've accepted a lot in life, okay? I am not willing to accept that they changed the formula of Essence Lash Princess. That I am not ready for. No, not happening. Okay, I am in denial. Okay, and then Jouer, I have this on for lipstick in Rose. It's okay. It's actually broken. I can't get it to go down. So I'm hoping that, I have a feeling the next time I open it, it's going to be a hot mess. And then I have on lip gloss in Buxom. I love Buxom's lip gloss. I really do. And I have on the shade Kimberly. Yes, I am one of those people. Okay, so final thoughts on this palette. I have to tell you, there's not a whole lot I don't like about this palette. I think, well, the one thing I don't like, I'm telling you, this is a package. This packaging, this could be one of those packagings that gets dirty easy because I can already kind of see it happening. That's a personal thing. It drives me nuts. This like soft packaging, this is the kind of packaging that those big ColourPop palettes come in. It kind of feels like that too. It drives me nuts, okay? They're very hard to clean, but that's me. Let's bypass that for now. Okay, there's not a whole lot I don't like about this palette. So for this eye, I have to look at it. Okay, so for this eye, this is what I did. I used this row. Now I will tell you, in retrospect, I did use both Glass Eyes and Imaginary, but I think they give you these two shimmers and you're like, go with either. I mean, you can do whatever the hell you want. Actually, looking at them now, they kind of did blend nice. Kind of looks like a, what do they call it? A duochrome? They kind of did blend nice. That is one thing I will say. These shadows, they do blend together really, really nice. It is noticeable. I mean, there's other shadows, of course, that blend together beautifully. Other brands, but it's noticeable on this. For me, it is anyway, because again, I'm a beginner. I'm very new, and I did notice that they were easy to blend. I noticed it more with the second eye, so I'll talk about that. So for this one, I used Hold Me for the transition shade. I used No Strings in the crease. I used Cinched on the outer V, and then I used a little bit of Cinched also on the lower lash line, and I used Glass Eyes and Imaginary, and I blended them together. I actually like it now. I didn't like it at first, but yeah, it kind of goes like blue into purple. They do blend really, really beautifully. They do. Oh, and I did steal from the next row. I used Lace in the inner corner. Okay, then I hopped over here and I used this row. So I used Baby Doll. I actually preferred this row, Baby Doll, as a transition shade. I love this pink. A lot of times, like this, when I was like doing the Makeup Revolution, the Corpse Bride palette, I thought the pink looked so lovely in the pan, but it didn't really, you couldn't even see it when you put it on the eye. This pink you can see, like it's like a nice light pigment, and I really, really like it. So I used that as a transition. I used Baby Doll. I did like kind of what you would do if you're someone like me who's not very creative with eyeshadow. I did like the exact layout. I did Baby Doll and the transition. I did Baby Doll on the crease. I did Rouge on like the outer V, and a little bit under in the lash line. And then I did Little Sister on the lid. Oh my god, that shade, that shimmer is so beautiful. And I did a little bit of Tully in the inner corner. So with that said, yes, like I said, I think that these shades do blend out together beautifully. Who is this palette for? And who is this palette not for? Okay, so pretty much I think that there is really something for everyone in this palette, because like I said, they're giving you an idea. Transition, crease, outer, darker shade to blend it out, outer V, whatever you want to call it. Shimmers, they give you 2 rows of shimmers. I think that these may be a little bit more topper shades, and these are a little bit more of your shimmers. But of course, it all depends on what you like, right? We're all different. Depends on what you like, depends on what looks good on you, depends on your skin tone as what shades you're going to use. I think but it is laid out as like an idea, to give you an idea, in case I use the term sometimes get lost in the palette. Sometimes I get lost in a palette and I don't know what to do. If you're really good at makeup, you probably don't understand that. But if you're someone like me, you know what I mean. So I like this kind of layout where it kind of like tells you. And if you don't like it, then you just hop all over. Like, you don't really need it, So I think there is something in here for everyone. Who is this palette not for? I was going to say if you're freaked out by dolls. Scratch, that was a joke. Some people are freaked out by dolls. I have had people come up to this attic and actually ask me if I'll move Molly into the closet or turn her around, because they're totally freaked out by dolls. I don't know. Some people are. I don't do that, by the way. You have to accept her if you want to come up here. Anyway, guys, no, that was a joke. It doesn't matter if you're freaked out by dolls. If you prefer really warm tones, I think this whole palette, with the exception of maybe this row, but you're not going to buy this palette for this row because there's plenty of warm tone palettes out there on the market. This palette runs very cool, and I would say if you like cool tones and you like gray tones, then you might really, really like this palette. If you are, like I said, if you're a beginner, if you're someone like me and you like something that's laid out like this, and I have to say that the formula in this is really, really nice. The mattes are good, the shimmers are good. I do like the look, and I think it does do what it says in that it blends out beautifully. So I like it. I had a feeling I would like it. It was one of those palettes I just had a good feeling about, guys. I just had a good feeling, and yes, I do really enjoy it. So this is the Blended Bunny by Dollhouse. It retails for $45. If you want to pick it up, I would recommend it. I really, really do think it's lovely. And that brings our time here to a close. Guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. It's really, really funny. It's like not haha funny, but I did start putting, for those of you who are interested in my Mercari page, I will link it down below, and I did start putting the palettes up, and I think in my last video I said the only reason I wouldn't put them up in the afternoon, or wouldn't at least start putting them up in the afternoon, is if I got snowbound. You know what happened to me on Friday? I didn't exactly get snowbound, but I went to work, and there was a lot more snow than they predicted, which is nothing new. And a lot of people couldn't come into work, so I got stuck there. So it was just really weird, because like I was only kidding. And then it happened. That's life. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you did like this video, I hope you'll give it a like, a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. We talk about it all in the attic. If there's ever anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. You can let me know in the comments. If I can, I absolutely will. You can follow me on Instagram at Kimmie Teresa. Like I said, I will link all of my socials below. Again, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, as always, please take good care of yourself so you can take care of someone else. And we'll see you real soon. Say bye.